Hey you guys, I hope everyone is well. Welcome back to my channel, Heyoka High Priestess. I am a seer and a Heyoka empath. And my channel, we talk about truth, healing, spirituality, and divine justice. Okay, so today, you guys, we are going to talk about the labyrinth, okay? So let's talk about it. All right, so a labyrinth is often mistaken for a maze, but it isn't the same, okay? A maze is designed to confuse you, right? We've all been in one of those like pumpkin patch, like going into the pumpkin patch and you like go through the maze, you know? Yeah, I literally got stuck. It was scary. Okay, so when I was little. Okay, so a labyrinth is often mistaken for a maze, but it isn't the same. A maze is designed to confuse you, but it has dead ends, tricks, false turns. But a labyrinth is different. A labyrinth is a winding sacred path. Oh, and if you guys see the smoke, it's my incense. Okay, so you see that coming through. All right, so it's actually kind of a lot. Hang on. All right, so, but a labyrinth is different, okay? A labyrinth is a winding sacred path, okay? One continuous journey that leads you inward toward the center. Does that remind us of anything? Our spiritual paths, our journeys, and going inward, right? Into the darkness to find the answers. Meditation, right? Connecting to the Most High God. All right, so so a labyrinth is a winding sacred path, one continuous journey that leads you inward and toward the center, and then eventually back outward again. It may twist, it may feel long. It is also one path. And with spirituality, the labyrinth represents something even deeper. It represents the journey of life. And that is what we all are on, right? The journey of life. Figuring it out, going through the ups and downs, all the emotions, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, I'm like in a silly mood right now. Okay. So it represents a journey of life, okay? The seasons where you feel like you're walking through uncertainty, right? Through the shadows, through lessons you didn't ask for. We all know that, you guys, or we're just bumping into them, right? It's like those towers, okay? But God is still guiding you, all right? The labyrinth is the reminder that even when the road feels confusing, it is not wasted, okay? So all your lessons, all the work that you feel like, why? You know, like, why are we here? How many times I've like said that to God? Too many times, okay? I'm like frustrated. So I'm sure you guys have all been there at some point, but it all makes sense. There's a method to the madness, okay? He has that's what we're here, remembering what our path is, right? And with his help, he will guide you to the top. Okay, so every turn is shaping you guys, okay? Every step is leading you closer to truth, closer to healing, right? Closer to the center. The center, our center, like finding within is, so within, so without, okay? Closer to the center where God meets you, right? So because the purpose of the labyrinth isn't to trap you, it's to transform you, all right? And that's where my realization began. So this isn't just historical fiction, it's a mirror, right? And like we always say, like everything's a mirror. All people, like situations, when we run into the same lesson over and over within different people, places, things, because we haven't fully learned the lesson yet, right? But yes, it will come in different forms, right? Until it clicks in and then we're like, all right, I got it. Like not going down that again, okay? So because the story follows, so the labyrinth, the book, the novel, so the story follows, it's about two women, one in 1209, one in modern times, both connected by a symbol, the labyrinth. And what hit me was this, okay? The grail in this story is not a golden cup. The grail is truth, all right? And what is truth? Is being authentic, standing in your truth, which is what? The highest frequency, okay, is the highest frequency. And when we get to when we elevate and our vibration is so high, that is when you can shift timelines. That is how you can eventually connect to the Most High. And once we have to go through the fire, right? Like once we are on our spiritual path, we go through the fire. God puts you through, sometimes it's like quick, right? And you're going through all your lessons and you're hitting your marks. You're shedding all those people, places, things. You're shedding the substances, you're keeping healthy. You're raising your vibration, right? So, and with that, you then what? You receive your divine inheritance, okay? So, it's breaking out of the matrix to receive and connect to the Most High and receive your divine inheritance and be on your path to greatness, right? Okay, so the Grail is divine inheritance, okay? The Grail is what cannot be bought, controlled, or erased. And remember, we are our own legacy. We are our own blueprint. We are currency. We are the money. And throughout history, when truth threatens power, right? Truth threatens power. We get pushback when we stand up for ourselves, right? When we speak the truth, okay? Sometimes we feel like we can hurt people's feelings or they get triggered. Well, without the truth, we can't break down barriers. We can't cut those cords, binds, and ties. We can't move forward if we're not speaking our truth, right? Because then we're just sitting back, allowing someone else to think that they're correct or what have you, okay? That's how we get out of our own situations, by speaking up and speaking the truth. But there is pushback with those kinds of things, okay? All right? So throughout history, when truth threatens power doesn't always fight openly, okay? Sometimes it hides, sometimes it buries, sometimes it rewrites the story, or we have people that create their own narratives that are false. You've seen this in history, okay? Through wars, through persecution, through corruption, right? Even in modern scandals where institutions collapse and the full truth never feels completely spoken, right? And that's why the labyrinth matters. Because the labyrinth is the spiritual path. It's the narrow road. It's quite narrow, you guys. There's like one path, right? I'm just kidding. It leads you to God, okay? It's the narrow road. You don't conquer it, you walk it, okay? And in Labyrinth, it is women who carry the secret. Women as key holders, okay? Women as vessels. Not because women are weak, but because God so often entrusts the holy things to the ones the world overlooks. They overlook us. Even though we can do all things. We can do all things. All of us can do all things. But do we want to do all things on our own? No, it's exhausting, okay? It's like, where's my partner in crime? But not in crime, okay? Anyways, where's my partner in making good intentions? Building, creating, like that. That is what God wants us to do. That's why he wants us to heal, so he can bring us within our soul tribes, with our union, with the right people. So it's long lasting, it's foundational, and your soul is fulfilled. Okay. That's why it is best to focus on self, make sure you're doing the healing and connect to the Most High, and he will lead you to all that your heart desires. Okay, I told you I'm silly right now. Okay, so. All right, so yes, not because. Okay, so let's see. So Mary carried the Christ. Mary Magdalene carried the resurrection message. Esther carried deliverance. All right, and still today, women carry spiritual fire that systems have tried to silence for centuries. Right. So when you see symbols, don't panic. Don't spiral. Wake up. Wake up, you guys. Ask, what is being revealed, okay? What is being remembered? Because the real battle is not fantasy. It is not. We can't live in fantasy world and land. We wouldn't get much done, would we? You know what I mean? Like, right? The real battle is truth versus suppression. Okay, light versus distortion, right? The illusions, the false narratives, the manufactured emotions, or then weaponizing them, using them against us, things like that. Okay, it's the false narratives, really, that or the limited beliefs that we've been sitting in, the lies we've been told, the masks that we've been wearing, you guys. It's exhausting, is it not? But the more of us that we allow the masks to fall and allow our feelings to come up and be spoken, because they're all in there being suppressed, we can't hold on to that, okay? You guys, you have to speak your truth, okay? It's like liberating. You will feel so much better, and then you're gonna just like keep talking. You're gonna keep going. You have to find your voice, okay? And that's like, yeah, that it's all, it's all in one. But so let's see. All right, and God is calling people back to the center of the labyrinth, okay? Back to Him, back to what is real. All right, so you are not misled, misguided, confused, angry, triggered, right? Or just stagnant, and then that, all the above. So back to the grail within, okay? And that's what people don't understand, right? This was never just about money. It was never just about banks. It was never just about one man hanging under a bridge. Who knows who I'm talking about? I'll tell you. Okay. It was a labyrinth built with corridors of power, sealed with silence, guarded by symbols. All right. But God is not in the maze. Okay. God is not a man of confusion. Okay. He is not of confusion, and He always will bring forth what He promises you. Always. And yes, it takes time, because in the angelic realm, there is no time. Okay. So our time is different from their time. And if you ask and have big manifestations and ask for big, large justices like I did, it takes time. He has to situate everything, right? These corridors of power, sealed with silence and guarded with these symbols, right? They call it architecture. They call it order. They call it sacred. But because God is not one to confuse, and He is one to expose, and God is the one who exposes it, okay? When it becomes corruption and is harming the masses, it needs to be exposed. And what happens, and when we build on faulty foundations, they have to be taken down, okay, one way or another. And that's what pretty much is happening right now, right? And this is why our world is very in turmoil, because things are collapsing. We have to collapse to rebuild, and we are the ones that are going to rebuild and build again from solid foundations, okay? Happy foundations. Okay, so because the great architect of man builds monuments, but the Most High tears down strongholds, okay? And they've been strongholding us. This is the era where people stop wondering and start seeing. All right? Like I said, there have been a lot of truths that have come out, and there will be more. All right. They build temples of money and call it order. They build fortresses of stone and brick with soft couches in the front to look comforting, family-like, normal. But behind the doors, history hides, symbols speak. History hides, symbols speak, and secrets linger, okay? And still today, the veil thins, you guys, because God is revealing what was hidden. Because the awakening is spiritual. Because the light always wins. It just does. It always wins. Even the devil understands that. Because you know what? The devil plays by the rules, okay? By the way, in the spiritual realm, the devil plays by the rules. This is why humans are a problem, because they don't play by the rules. Oath or no oath, y'all don't play by the rules, okay? And then you try and harm us because we're speaking up, and you know what you do. You know what you do, okay? So stop, being so offensive about it, and just, if you sat down for a second and repent, or just told the truth, maybe I don't want to say sentence, but you know, it might get there. Your sentence might not be so long, you know? So Virgo is important because Virgo is the maiden, okay? The temple keeper, the face of purity, masking power. Okay? Cancer, the mother, the homeland, the womb, the protector. And these things, we need them. We need them, right? We need the maiden. We need the mother. But when people, humans in this 3D, take these positions and become powerful, right? And they're using it for ill intent, we have a problem. This is not hard, you guys, to understand. And power hungry or not, if you want to continue to live here, you have to heal, because that's the era we're in. But you all know that. You choose not to. You want to keep disguising yourself and wearing that mask and not choosing to heal. So guess what? God's fed up and he's done with it. And he's saying, all right, you can take yourself down, but you're not taking down everyone else. So yeah, people that have in these authoritative positions, you're getting wiped. You're getting sat down because you didn't choose to stand by the oath that you took and heal and continue with your position and do right by the masses. It is what it is. Okay? That is what's happening. Like, you can't stop it. This is fated. Just like how you're trying to stop the unions coming together. We know. It's fated, honey. You can't stop it. You can't. You cannot, okay? All right, so empires wrap themselves in the feminine, the virgin, the mother, justice, liberty. Because if power can wear the face of purity, people stop questioning what's underneath, right? But God exposes the truth. God awakens the overlooked, right? God gives the holy to the humble. The humble. That's why we must understand where to use our ego so we don't become power hungry and get confused and distort the narrative that you all create on the side and then try and stick to. It's leading you down that garden path. Okay. God calls people back to the center of their labyrinth, back to their own hearts. Okay? Love. Back to him. Back to God, who is love. We are love, you guys. We were made with love. You have to love yourself. Okay? You have to open your heart. Your heart even has to be open to manifest all the things that you think you guys think you want in this matrix land. All the materialistic things. We're moving away from that. That's not, we all have what we need. God will provide you with all the resources you need to feel successful and to create what you want and what is best for your highest path, okay? But you have to have a heart open and receive love. This world is a labyrinth built in symbols, you guys. Okay? This is what I was talking about, the man that was hung over the bridge. Roberto Calvi wasn't just a banker. He was a warning. All right? There are real historical cases like Banco Ambrosiano, the Vatican banking scandals, right? The Freemasonry P2 Lodge, and Calvi's death in 1982. Where finance, religion, and power collided in ways that remain unresolved. And why? Because people have so many secrets, and it's been going on for too long, type of thing, okay? And God is just fed up, okay? No one is trying to live. No one's just trying to, it's not even about being holy. It's just, who does it, I just don't understand why, what are you all, what is everyone so scared of? To be kind, to do the right thing. That should be innate in us. So when you get so far down that garden path, off the garden path, you got to come back to yourself and think, because you will be sitting in your guilt and your shame, and you will only have you to blame. Again, for the ones in the back. But I'm serious, you guys, it is not hard to be, a good person, and good is not nice. We don't need to be nice to everyone. Good is just, you don't still kill unalive people, okay? You don't allow the 3D materialistic things to run you. Just like you don't let your ego run you, and you think you're all powerful. That doesn't make a lot of sense. You can't even control your emotions. It's just ridiculous. Okay, again, put it in the back. But okay, so all of this is not fantasy. There's documented history, okay, of this. When money and institutions mix, truth can disappear. Because people don't want to work hard. It's not even working hard. They just want to think that they're God, and they're not. You try and run this world. You can't. You guys can't. And you're failing at it. And that's why it's all being unearthed for the truth to come out. But light cannot be contained, all right? Truth cannot be buried forever. It can't, all right? It just can't. Okay, so awakening. So we are in the awakening, not obsession, okay? The best revenge is not obsession. The best revenge is awakening. That's how you get on top. That's how you become untouchable, okay? Because you are healed and you see through the veil. No one can lie to you any longer, and you're using your intuition and you're being led by God, who sees and could control all, but he gives us that opportunity for us to lead our own lives, but we clearly can't get further past our damn ego, okay? So if you want to really make it in this world and be actually happy, yeah, you awaken and you heal and you connect and you get vulnerable and you get real. You get real with yourself and others. Remember, the best revenge is becoming unreachable to darkness. Do not let it consume you, you guys. And definitely don't let other people consume you or lie to you or, mislead you, okay? Because that's all they know sometimes, and we're not here to heal them. You pick yourself up again, that's how you build resilience, and you heal yourself, and God will assist you along the way, okay? So walk your labyrinth, yours, not your family's, not your friends, not your coworkers, yours, okay, you guys? Protect your light. Your light, your energy source, you are your own battery, okay? And when you heal, the higher vibration you become, the more currency you are, or, the more money you're worth, pretty much, if you want to look at it like that. So protect your light, let God lead you to the center. All right, okay. I know, I'm being really silly. Okay, I love you guys so much. I love you so much. If you have any questions, if you want to chatter, hit me up through message or email, and I'll put my offerings at the end. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a lovely night.